Greetings, my lords, and that was the city showcase. And now let's take a closer look at the finer details of the city design. And the objective in any city building game that I play is to prioritize design while maintaining efficiency in city management overall. In the case of Manor Lords, immediately you would notice the use of flax farms as gardens that is used to highlight a path throughout the city. And with the patch update regarding the markets and farms, this all becomes possible. And other things that I've done to make the design a little more aesthetically pleasing is the positioning of my burgage plot. So like, for example here, if you'll notice, so this is the main road, and this I attached it on this side of the road, while this one is attached to that. So they're not all just cookie cutter in one direction. And then here, so basically it's alternating. And here, instead of going vertical, I made it go horizontal. So this goes to the left and this goes to the right. So I think that looks a lot better instead of just having a line of houses, right? And then here, I made sure there's like a vegetable garden in the middle, so we have space, right? Space becomes part of the design. And here I did the same exact thing, so now we have like a large space in the middle. I even used the smaller areas. They don't have space for in order to do anything, but that is okay, right? I accept that. We are like aiming for design overall. However, when it comes to the path itself, I try to make the buildings closer to the gardens here, the flags that we have. So if you go all the way here at our manor, so this one you'll notice this is an example of houses that are just aligned on the road, so that when you come out, I think it looks a lot better when, because it's conflicting when there's a farm and then you're gonna have like an open space here. So instead of an open space, I made sure there's a building. So for instance, this, right, there's an open space there, so it becomes redundant, in other words. So here's a better example. So you notice the vegetable garden and then the flax farm, so that is kind of redundant, right? So it would look a lot better if there were more buildings, which is why I did it on that end. And here's just an example of what happens. Other things is my plots here are not too large. They are able to collect that, especially with 4 families in it. Well, right now it's 2 out of 4. Same thing with all my other areas. I make sure that it is not huge, right? I mean, there are more efficient ways in order to lay out your like apples and your vegetables, but that's not what I'm looking for. Again, I prioritize design because, you know, we've done all the grid and it becomes too similar with all other cities. So doing the way that I did in alternating things, the only catch though is, since this is on the back, sometimes it takes a longer time for this to level up, but that does not really matter, because if you look overall, everything is mostly level 3. I can't find the other level 1 family throughout the entire city. I can't, like, I've been scouring the earth and I cannot find it. I have no clue where it is, but it doesn't really matter. Overall, other than that, this is also not efficient, right? This only has a yield of 4. Same goes with this, but again, that does not matter. I use it as a garden, right? So it looks much more, you know, pleasant compared to what we've been building all throughout. In terms of my industrial areas, I also try to make it efficient in terms of location. So for instance, here I have all my bloomeries on one side, so if I know that I need to create more iron slabs, there you go, I find it easily here. And then all my lumber is on one side, so this is one end here. I also have double forester huts, so that's why my entire city, just my one tile or one region, is mostly filled with trees. This is another area here where I have the other foresters, so wood is not an issue. So if you look here, we have food for 9 months, fuel for 15 months. I have at least 3 in every city that I make. Then I have another one there. In terms to actual farms, I started off with these, right? These are the only I guess, the most fertile land. This is not a region with fertile locations, but we do our best. And overall, in the end game, everybody goes trade. So here is my line of trader posts on the King's Road. And of course, when it comes to basics, you have your markets, and you have your granary and large storehouse near it. For efficiency, you want it right next to it, but again, we don't really. That's like, efficiency is second to design, right? And yeah, overall, I enjoy this build, right? It looks different and it is efficient as much as possible, right? Or more efficiency is sacrificed, but I like how it turned out in the end. In terms of military, we have everything. I'm not using the archers. These guys, I think, will wipe out the enemy much more quickly. Our retinue is completely equipped. When we look at the region, this is the only one that I captured because it's the furthest one. So my army doesn't have to go all the way across. So this, and if we look at our influence, we have 13, which is more than enough to claim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so that's 12,000. So we have more than enough. We have spare income to pay the king. We could tax the people, and if you notice, nobody is like angry, or there's no downvotes. We're all happy. Everything is filled in. So yeah, this is my city, and I have other ideas. Oh, there's one flaw though in terms of doing this. Sometimes this happens because it's on a weird angle, and I can't really do nothing about it. But I have an idea on how to fix this. So I have other ideas on how to design. We'll make it slightly more different. But yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll expand one area and do it there, have a different design similar to this but slightly different, right? So yeah, if you enjoyed the city, feel free to give a like and follow for more. Thank you for watching. This is Captain Obvious.